Duncan Harris.
Brad, why'd you put your water on the floor, dude? You got a stool right here. Oh, Nessa put it on the floor. All right, my bad. I don't know. I was almost late getting here, and it made me thinking, if I'm running late and I text you, I will immediately move slower now. You know what I mean? Like in my head, I bought myself more time. I was moving quick before I sent the text. The second I hit send, I'm doing the math on how late is too late. You know? You guys ever send a late text like extra late so you can be even more late? I call that gaining time. I've added several hours to my life this week. I like being funny. I was thinking about this. I thought it would be funny if 911 operators panicked. Just imagine, like, let's say you get stabbed, so you call 911, and like, 911, what's your emergency? And I'm like, I just got stabbed. He's like, ah! It's gonna be fine, man. Now I'm calming him down, but I'm the one that got stabbed, you know? Just like a little role reversal. I just like to have fun, you know? Just a little bit of fun. Yeah. I should acknowledge, I do know I look like Barista Jesus. I'm well aware of that. I do need to say that because it was an accident, you know? I know it looks like I'm on purpose Jesus styling, but I'm not. I'm lazy with the haircuts and I like having a beard, you know? But it gets me into trouble. Like around the holidays, I have to go to church with my parents, and my dad will take me around and introduce me as him. Do you know how awkward that is? It's just in church. Have you met my son, the Christ? They call him the Messiah. No, they don't. We're in church right now, man. God's gonna strike me down, you know? I don't know, that's weird. I like to shit on my dad, though. He's pretty boring. My mom's really interesting. I had a real fat mom growing up. Anyone else have a real big mom growing up? Nothing wrong with it. It's a good mom. She gave great hugs, you guys. When she hugged me, I disappeared. You know what I mean? It was awesome. But my mom's incredible. Seriously, she lost weight. She lost like over 160 pounds under her own esteem. She's incredible. But she lost so much weight, they wrote about it in the paper. You try going to school with that. Yo, your mom's so fat, it's in the paper. And I had to be like, no, she's not fat anymore. And they were like, but she is in the paper. And I'm like, yes! It's on the front page, actually. It's framed in her house. I swear to God. A giant no more. It's the headline. So it's real. The Times Union. You can look it up. It's 100% real. I think it was a June article. Just picture her smiling on the front. But it's because in the article she talks about her like come to Jesus moment was realizing that she outweighed the whole Giants O-line. She's like, I need to make a change, you know? I think she made the wrong one, personally. She chose to lose the weight. I think she should have joined the Giants O-line. How sick would that be? Yeah, your dad can beat up my dad, but my mom can sack Pat Mahomes. Yeah, your dad can outrun mine or whatever, but my mom can cover the pass rush. I don't have any more football terms, because my mom never joined the team. I make fun of my mom because she gave me my bad genetics. My genetics suck. I have a ton wrong with me. I'm a dwarf. There's no other way to rip that Band-Aid off. You guys look confused. I was confused as well. I was really short as a kid, and the doctor's like, you're a dwarf, but I can fix you. And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to say it like that. He's like, I'm going to fix you real good. I was like, what are we doing? And it turns out what we were doing was steroids. Yeah, it's true. This is what steroids is supposed to look like, you guys. Everyone thinks it's like John Cena or wrestlers. No, it's fucking Captain America before the super serum. That's what it's supposed to be. It's true, yeah, ages 12 to 14, I had to inject myself with growth hormone every night. Yeah, you have to inject fatty tissue. As a little malnourished dwarf kid, the only fatty tissue is my ass, you guys. I was doing drugs in my ass for like 4 years, and I'm here to tell you about it. That makes me brave, I think. I think I'm brave. This is a brave step. Yeah. It was crazy though. Like a nurse showed me how to use a needle and like inject myself. And then I went to health class, and they were like, you can always tell the heroin addicts by the track marks. And I'm sitting there 12 years old going, they're easier to hide than you think. You know? It was odd. Very odd. That's not the only like medical issue I have though. I also have IBS. Hell yeah, boo, yeah. Do you know doctors don't actually know what causes it? It's true. They don't know. The doctor's just like, sometimes you shit yourself. Good luck! You know what I mean? What the fuck, you know? But But so I keep up on like the newest medical news, and there was an article published a couple months ago. Some doctors think they figured out the cause. I swear to God, they think the cause could be gravity. Like it's just pulling out of me more. Are you kidding me? You're telling me every time I want to eat Chipotle and have a nice night, I have to go to the moon? It's insane. And the IBS would be one thing, except I also have celiac disease. Do you guys know what that is? Yeah, it's allergy to gluten. It's the most pretentious food allergy. You know how I know it's pretentious? I try not to bring it up when I order food at restaurants. That's insane, you know what I mean? But it's because I'd rather maybe shit my pants than have spit in my food. You know what I mean? I order gluten-free at a restaurant, it's gonna be interfered with in the kitchen, you know? Yeah, but that's also what happens to me. Like, I can't play the offended, like, oh, you gotta have my food. When the answer is the funniest thing happens. I shit my pants. You know what I mean? If someone tells you they're allergic to peanuts, you're like, we gotta keep nuts away from this person. We gotta keep them safe. I tell someone I'm allergic to gluten, their first reaction is usually, what happens? You know, which end is it coming out? And for me, fortunately or unfortunately, it comes out the rear end. All right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been in the back pacing all night because I have to poop so bad. We are playing a game of chicken right now. All of us. All of us. Yeah. You laugh. It's just a situation. It's a time bomb, all right? You better hope I finish quick. No, and being gluten-free, you see gluten everywhere. Like, there's gluten in church. Speaking of Jesus thing. Did you know that in the body of Christ, when you get to body, I'm allergic to the body of Christ. I'm allergic to myself. But yeah, here's what's weirder. They make a gluten-free one now. Make that make sense. Yeah, but you have to order it, like, specially in advance, which is very weird. To have everyone sitting in church praying, and then I have to go knock on the priest's door and be like, oh, can I get a special one, please? They don't know what I'm ordering. They must think I'm asking for like a corner slice or something. Can I get a little crust on my Christ? Just like a little crust piece, you know? And he'll get just one, the priest, and then he won't tell me which line he gets in. I don't know if you guys go to church, but there's always like 5 or 6 different lines to get to the body of Christ. He won't tell me which one he's going to be in. Which means I got to fucking guess when it comes time. Do you know how stressful that is? And how weird it is to be stressed in church, but it's not because you sinned? You know what I mean? Everyone's out here praying for forgiveness. I'm just hoping for continence. You know? Last time I just said, screw it. I took the regular one, and I hope church ended fast enough for me to get to the bathroom. You guys ever blow up a church toilet? Ever nuke that fucker? Then you open the door. It's always just 3 90-year-olds in a walker. Like, can we go in there now? And I'm like, doesn't smell like church in there. It smells like Revelations. Fire, brimstone. A lot of sulfur, to be honest, mostly sulfur. Yeah. I actually found out that I was gluten-free in a church. It's 100% true, yeah. We got the body, and I was kneeling, because you got to kneel after you get the body, and I ate it, and then I thought I had to fart. And I've been going, 18 years I went to church. I consider myself like a pro-level church fart. You know what I mean? It's about, you got to just like angle your hips right, just like slip the cheeks, it'll squeak right out, you know? So I was doing my method, I was engaging in it, and then I just shit my pants. You know? And did I mention we were a front row family too? So the congregation, I wasn't like at a scarring age or anything, I was only 16 and a half. And you have to add the half when you poop yourself as an adult. And so I'm 16, I don't know what to do, I had so much poop in my pants. And so I lean over to my dad, and I said, Dad, I just pooped my pants. Have you ever seen your parent not know how to parent something in real time? So my dad looked at me, he was like, you gotta clean yourself up. And I said these exact words. I said, but Dad, there's so much. It was warm, I was hovering, you know, it was warm, I could feel it. And that's when my father just gave up. He just goes, go to the bathroom, we'll send your mother. Because my mom wasn't sitting with us at church. She was up at front with the wine, and that was her own life challenge because she's a recovered alcoholic, and wine is her drink of choice. So she's up there with the glass, like, it's for you, but not for me. But for us, no, for you. It's like, all right, Ma, I get it. You're committed to the sobriety thing. You don't got to play it on hard mode, you know? I'm adding challenges to the mix. It's crazy. So my mom came back, and then she just wrapped me in a sweater, and we acted like I was way more sick than I was, and I walked right out the front door of the church. And a few years ago, I never talked about it with my brothers who were there, and a couple years ago, I asked them, I go, did you guys know that, like, did I get away with it? Did I poop myself? And my little brother was like, no, dude, you had shit in your pants. The whole fucking congregation knew you shit yourself. Not to mention, we were front row. You had to waddle back and forth. everyone knew. And I was like, oh, okay, hindsight sucks. Hindsight sucks. I don't like it. It's bad. Yeah. The last time I went to church, actually, the most recent time was for a wedding. I had some college friends of mine get married, and that meant that before I went into the church, I met up with all my old roommates in the parking lot, and I got really high. I don't know if you've ever gone to church on drugs. It's a pretty wild way to consume God. You know what I mean? It's a pretty intense way to hear the word of the Lord. And but I'm in there, and my friend was getting married. She was great. She set it all up. She told me ahead of time, like she got the gluten-free set up. She told me which line to get in. It was awesome. And I thought, like, I'm gonna crush this. You know what I mean? So I'm in church. I get in the line. I'm going up. I'm high as shit. Thinking, I'm about to crush this. And what I forgot is that when they go to give you the body of Christ, you gotta like bless yourself and do a whole thing. I forgot. So he goes, the body of Christ. I just went gluten-free. And I made him put it in my mouth. That's a move reserved for like the elderly and paraplegics. When I was there, fully able-bodied, like put it in my mouth. It's very weird. It's very weird. Growing up as, fucking gluten-free Jesus over here, it's made dating tough. You know, dating's always been tough. I remember when I was in high school, I used to hang out at the trampoline park a lot because I was cool, you know? And I was so cool. And I was there on a Friday night with my two friends because they were cool too. And there's no one there, right? There's no one there. And then, like, something out of a movie, 3 girls our age walk in and start jumping around. We're like, holy shit, there's 3 of us, there's 3 of them. It's like perfect. And then they bounce right up to us and they go, do you guys want to play trampoline dodgeball with us? I know it's my friends, and I was like, I got this. And then I looked at the girls and I said, no. And then I looked back at my friends and they were playing trampoline dodgeball. It was alone. I don't have a good happy ending to that joke. It's just me fucking it up. No. But that's why I like the dating apps. Anyone else here on the apps? Anyone? Cool. Lower your radius. I like it because they can't hear my voice. You know, I think I got like a bad voice, kind of. You know, it's okay right now, but I can't get like intimate with it. You know, I can't be like, let me make you feel good. It doesn't, right? That's the reaction. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. I can't pitch it up. I can't be like, oh, it's your tits. It doesn't work. I sound like horny Mickey Mouse. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. Dating stuff. I have mentioned brothers. I have a little brother. My little brother is anyone else have siblings? A couple of you. All right, some of you guys can relate to this. My little brother, I don't know, he was raised with me, but I feel like he learned everything somewhere else. See what I mean? He's not one of these kids. Like, last summer, we lived together in Albany. Last summer, he calls me on like a Wednesday night, it's like 11:45, and he says, I just got kicked out of Fenway Park. And I was like, okay. I don't know if you guys know where Fenway Park is. That's in Boston. So I'm like, all right, you're not down the hall. This is an adventure kind of a phone call. Are we okay? And he won't answer that question, but he will say, fuck the Boston Red Sox. Now, Boston's a real punch first, ask questions later city, and my little brother looks like an asshole. He's not, but if I had to describe his face in a word, it's punchable. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey dude, you should probably shut the fuck up, you know? This is not gonna end well for you. And he switches, he's like, all right, I won't say that anymore. But then he pulls the phone away from his mouth and he just goes, the Mets! Like with a New York accent, we're from Cleveland. I don't know where he got the accent from, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you're doing the wrong accent in the wrong city, even. You know what I mean? I forgot he took the bus, and I'm trying to get him to go back to the bus. And all he'll tell me is, I have 4 phone chargers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I said, did you steal those phone chargers? And he said, most likely, and then he hung up the phone. It's crazy. All right, I think I got time for one more joke, and then I'll get out of here. You guys have been a lot of fun. You guys remember in high school how like everyone had a thing? Right? Like some people, it was like, what was your thing? This guy was as cool as I was in high school. No, some people it was like football, or some people it was like math team or whatever. My friend, his thing was fucking the English teacher. Like his favorite thing. He used to buy his beer, it was cool. Anyway, they got caught, and she got fired. He was 17, so they never charged her anything. Point is, 6 months later, I'm in Albany trying to buy beer with a fake ID at a bar. And I'm about to hand the ID over the bar, and then I look across the room, and there she is, Miss Bodge. That is her real name. She fucked a kid. Who cares? Now, Now, she knows that I'm not 21, but I know that she is a student fucker, so check that. My name's Duncan Harris. You guys have been awesome.
Duncan Harris, everybody. Oh my God, are you guys ready to keep this going? We're gonna just bring next comic up. I'll give you a drink break for later. You guys excited? Can you start making some noise?